Tom Cole, the coach for BCSN and Sports Rap on the road, and what an honor and a privilege it is to have Sam Rutigliano here. Sam, the message that you delivered for the Anthony Wayne Youth Foundation was terrific, but I got to take you back a little bit.
Okay.
29 some years ago, you come to Cleveland. The city's bankrupt. The Cuyahoga's on fire. The Indians are a mess. I mean, it was really a community that was searching for something. You come in with your enthusiasm, that positive message that you bring, and you turn the city upside down. People still today talk constantly about the cardiac kids. Tell us your thoughts on that.
Well, in 1980, when we played Cincinnati, Game 16, we had to win the game to get in the playoffs, win the division, after Pittsburgh had won the World Championship 2 years in a row. And I was Coach of the Year then 2 years in a row. And I thought to myself, when we were coming back that night, and the plane couldn't get into the jetway, there were 35,000 people there, and the time between then and playing Oakland, I never realized that it wasn't me. To connect with that community was really what it was all about. And evidenced again by when Art left in the middle of the night, they blew up at the stadium. They said, "Good riddance, but you're not taking anything with you." And the tradition and everything stayed. And for the last 8 years, they've struggled. I think it's going to be better from here on in, but the fans are still coming. So Cleveland is the flagship of the fleet. No city who lost a professional team did what they did. They stayed and waited, and the NFL was smart enough to bring them back.
Sam, I want to tell you, the offense that you put together,
right.
I still think today, and looking back on kind of a retrospective view, I think it's one of the great offenses in the history of the NFL. You're hanging 35 on the steel curtain, maybe the greatest defense of all time. You've got Sipe and Logan and Ozzie and Rucker and the whole Pruitt. What was it that made that offense so great?
Well, number one, you had 5 condominiums up front with great protection. You had a guy like Brian Sipe who craved those moments. Like Michael Jordan with 7 seconds, he wants the ball. And then we had running backs and receivers and tight ends that were smart.
Sam, I'm going to take you, I've the Red Right 88, and you know what? Everybody talks about it, and that's why sport is so great. But I understand,
right.
People who don't really sometimes analyze the game and understand the game.
Right.
Brian got you there.
Right.
And could you imagine the feeling that people would have had, because it was a bad kicking day. Right. It was not a day for a kicker. Nothing pejorative to Mr. Cockcroft. Yeah, it wasn't a kicker's day. Right. So the man who got you there with his teammates, but Brian got you there, to not give him the shot would have haunted you forever. So I understand it. Your thoughts on Red Right 88?
Well, it was very easy. The press were there, and there were hundreds of them. And I said very simply, as I'll say right now, my mother taught me, the girl you take to the dance is the one you take home. And what you just said is what's all about. And that's what Brian said, and that's it.
Sam, on behalf of BCSN, the Toledo community, all the people out here in the Anthony Wayne Youth Foundation that you've helped, thank you so much for the great thrills, the great entertainment, and the great character that you've helped mold and bring to the game of football. Thank you, Mr. Rutigliano.
Really,
thank you, sir. We'll be back with more Sports Rap.